my last video on this deck, The Oracle of the Future, I promised to do a reading. It won't be a long reading because normally what I do with readings is that I'll use the tarot to get a basis for the whole idea and then use oracle cards to flesh out the detail. However, with the Oracle of the Future, I just want to see what it is that they think we can do about the situation in the future. So let's have a look at the first card. I get a bit confused because the camera has to be upside down in order to get the cards in, so I never know what I'm doing. But hey, here we are. Children of the Future. As a basis for this reading, I think that's pretty good. We know that as long as humans are alive, children will be there, and they'll probably play. They'll be playing in the heat of the morning, the cool of the morning, and as the heat builds up, they'll probably have to go inside. This is going to be in the future. The trees will still be around, but maybe they'll lose their leaves a little bit earlier. But as a basis for a reading for the future, it's not a bad one. We really do have to look after the children. Okay, so let's see what we've got here as the next card, as another basis card. And we've got Power and Greed. Another spot-on card, because frankly, it is these people who are busy destroying the earth for nothing better than a few more pounds or dollars in their stock market shares. I mean, they are so pathetic. And seriously, what do they think they're going to do? What is this all for? They can't take the wealth with them, as the pharaohs learnt to their cost. All that will happen is that they'll hand over their companies to the next person. Here we've got a man, with blonde hair, crushing the earth in his hand, and there is the stock market results that he's also holding tight just to make sure that we know that he's in charge. In the background there are guns. Now I know they're a little bit out of date nowadays. I probably should have had a few little bullets flying, but what we have got behind him and in front of him is a desiccated earth. That is what they'll be left with. Well, that is what they're aiming for. That is what we'll be left with unless we take control of the whole situation. Now, what the cards seem to think is going to be a good balance against these powerful, greedy creatures is unity consciousness. Yeah, I'd agree with that, actually, because let's face it, we see ourselves as very separate. We don't see ourselves as having any power at all. What can we do against these humongous riches? And we have very little in comparison. But the point is there are, 7 billion of us? And 5 to 20 of these guys? We have got the power. All we have to do is to put it into practice. Don't buy their products. Don't think that they are all powerful, because they're not. That's what we have to play with. But apart from that, unity consciousness is actually fascinating, because I think the ancients, the indigenous people, had a much greater idea of a sense of unity with the earth, but with each other as well. And if we stop thinking we're so separate, we might have a hope. I think that was what this deck is all about. All these different aspects of humanity and consciousness, not just humanity, not just humans, can be used to get a sense of we belong to this earth, and that is what is going to make the difference. Right. what do the cards say that we need to do? Quantum entanglement. Sorry about that. Let's get it into the picture. Yes, actually, it's just another form of that unity consciousness. Quantum entanglement is a sense that we can band together. We can become one. And together we are all powerful. So really, it's all the same thing in this reading. Just take our power and make sure that we use it for the good of the earth. Okay, I'm just going to take one more card as a sort of outcome. And this is the same old thing. Consciousness. This is human consciousness, but of course in the deck we go into other forms of consciousness. I do think that we need to change, well, I mean, this is the whole purpose of the deck, change the paradigm. It has been done before. We are the ones to change it. We need to believe in our own power. We need to believe in our own consciousness. We can see what's changing. You know, this quantum thing is fascinating because we'll find that it's changing our society radically over the next 10 to 20 years. So as long as the corporates and the politicians don't manage to wipe us out in the meantime, we are the ones that will be dictating terms in the near future. And we need to make sure that we are. Consciousness doesn't just rely on our heads. It's everywhere. So consciousness is a sort of cosmic consciousness. And that is what will also make a difference. Gaia, the planet here, she will be organizing things as well. She already is. It's up to us to make sure that we do whatever we can to keep the earth in blossom, if you like. I haven't got that very last card here, wherever it is. I've lost it. The one that says, we're holding earth in our hands and we're growing whatever we can in our hands. I think that's the crux of it as well. But it didn't come into the reading, so I haven't read it. I hope that gives you a little bit of an idea how you can read with this deck, and I hope you enjoy using it.